สวัสดีค่ะ Hello and welcome to You Too Can Learn Thai episode 21. Words starting with na. Plus, what's the morpheme and why is it important for learning Thai? In this episode, we will learn words that start with na, such as น่ากิน น่ารัก น่ากลัว and see what kind of meaning the prefix na adds to a word. I'm Nan, the host of this podcast.I love languages so much that I got a Ph.D. in linguistics and I work in language education. I created this show to help you improve your Thai language skills. You can find past episodes, sentences, and translation on our website, youtoocanlearnthai.com. Please also subscribe to us on your podcast app to get updates about new episodes. Today, we will learn about na and words that start with na. And because na is a morpheme, I think it might be a good idea to start off with some linguistic knowledge. What are morphemes and why are they important for language learning? So, a morpheme is the smallest grammatical unit in a language. To help you understand, let's use the word bicycle and motorcycle as examples. Both bicycle and motorcycle are words.And we can break them down into smaller parts, namely bi, motor, and cycle. These smaller parts are called morphemes because they are the smallest units that carry a meaning in these words. Now, as you can see, knowing a meaning of a morpheme can be helpful while learning a language. For example, let's say you know what a motor and a cycle are, but you have never heard of the word motorcycle. When you hear motorcycle for the first time,You probably guess that it has something to do with motor and cycling, and that's pretty accurate. Now, let's use a Thai example. Let's say you know the word เงิน เงิน which means money, but you haven't heard of the word เงินสด เงินสด How would you guess its meaning? Probably something to do with money, right? And sure it is. เงินสด เงินสดmeans catch. Another example is เงินกู้ เงินกู้ which means a loan or money being lent. So even though you don't know what กู้ is, you can still guess that เงินกู้ has something to do with money. Therefore, understanding a meaning of small components in a language can help you learn new words more easily. But of course, things aren't always straightforward.For example, we just talked about เงิน which means money. But then we have the word น้ำเงิน น้ำเงิน which means the blue color. So, how is the blue color related to น้ำ water and เงิน money? That's not clear to me. Therefore, it's not always the case that words containing เงิน will have something to do with money. So that's one thing to keep in mind while extrapolating a meaning of words. And now let's learn about the morpheme na. First of all, na is not a word by itself. It cannot be used on its own, but it can combine with other morphemes to form words like น่ากิน น่ารัก น่ากลัว What meaning does na contribute to a word? When na combines with an action, it indicates that the action is worth doing. For example, กิน กิน is to eat. น่ากิน น่ากิน literally means worth eating. In other words, it means looks tasty or looks like it's worth eating. To put it in a sentence, you may say something like อาหารจานนั้นน่ากินมากอาหารจานนั้นน่ากินมาก That dish looks delicious. The sentence consists of อาหารจานนั้นอาหารจานนั้น That dish น่ากินน่ากิน Looks delicious, looks like it's worth eating, and มากมาก very. Again, the sentence is อาหารจานนั้น น่ากินมากอาหารจานนั้นน่ากินมาก And now let's use another action word ดู which means to watch. Then น่าดู What does it mean? It means worth watching. For example, to say this film is worth watching, you can say หนังเรื่องนี้น่าดูหนังเรื่องนี้น่าดู Here we have หนัง film or movie เรื่อง which is a classifier of หนังเรื่องนี้ this film and น่าดู worth watching. So the whole sentence this film is worth watching is หนังเรื่องนี้น่าดูหนังเรื่องนี้น่าดู Contrary to น่า plus action, when น่า is combined with words indicating feelings, the whole word describes something that would make you have such feeling. For example, รัก is to love. น่ารัก therefore describes something that you would love, and we usually translate it as cute or lovable. You may use it in a sentence like เขาเป็นคนน่ารักเขาเป็นคนน่ารัก He or she is cute or lovable. Another word indicating a feeling is สนใจ to be interested. So when combined with น่า the word becomes น่าสนใจ and it describes something that would make you interested. In other words, น่าสนใจ means interesting. So can you tell me how to say he or she is an interesting person? It is เขาเป็นคนน่าสนใจเขาเป็นคนน่าสนใจ Let's hear one more example. The word เบื่อ is to be bored. Then can you guess the meaning of น่าเบื่อ It means boring, something that would make you feel bored. So can you tell me how to say this film is boring? Just to remind you, the word for this film is หนังเรื่องนี้ The sentence for this film is boring is หนังเรื่องนี้น่าเบื่อหนังเรื่องนี้น่าเบื่อ Lastly, one more example about น่า plus feeling. In Thai, to be scared is กลัว So what's the meaning of น่ากลัว It means scary, something that would make you scared. And to say this is so scary, you can say น่ากลัวจัง These are all the words in this lesson. To summarize, we learned what a morpheme is and also learned the words น่ากิน worth eating, looks tasty, น่าดู worth watching. These two words are น่า plus action words, and here the meaning of น่า is worth doing something. But when น่า is combined with feelings, it indicates something that would make you have that feeling. For example, น่ารัก is lovable or cute. น่าสนใจ is interesting. น่าเบื่อ น่าเบื่อ boring and น่ากลัว น่ากลัว scary. Before we end this episode, how about a small game? I will give you 5 words. Can you use them to make sentences for me? The words are เกมนี้ เกมนี้ this game เพลงนี้ เพลงนี้ this song น่ารำคาญ น่ารำคาญ annoying. It comes from the word รำคาญ which means to be annoyed. น่าฟัง น่าฟัง worth listening to. It comes from น่า plus ฟัง and ฟัง means to listen. น่าสนุก น่าสนุก looks fun. Looks like it will make you have fun. Try to use these words to make as many sentences as possible, and we will check the answers together in the next episode. Once again, the 5 words are เกมนี้ this game, เพลงนี้ this song, น่ารำคาญ annoying, น่าฟัง worth listening to, and น่าสนุก seems fun. Thank you for listening to You Too Can Learn Thai. If you like this show, please bookmark it on wherever you listen to podcasts and recommend this show to your friends. Our website is youtoocanlearnthai.com. You can contact me by writing to youtoocanlearnthai@gmail.com. We also have Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages, but they are not as updated as the website. So please make sure to visit youtoocanlearnthai.com. Until next time, สวัสดีค่ะ